Oh, baby.
Go, Gadget Methadone Dispenser!
I put gin on top of my gin.
And I already shake with discomfort. And all of that is
The collection of short stories by Judy
by Judy Bloom. You ever smell the inside of a hat?
I liked it. It smelled like you.
Craigslist
Craigslist?
No, but worse than that.
Zig and Larry ignore a topic. The best part's of hanging out with these guys. Without the hangover.
Marconi plays the mamba. Listen to the radio. Don't you remember? We built this city. Boom, boom. We built this city on rock and roll. Which,
wow.
Glenn has a t-shirt that says, "A city built on rock and roll is very structurally unstable."
I jumped right into that. Welcome to Zig and Larry. Ignore their own show. Visit us on Zig and Larry at their own goddamn bullshit on YouTube. We have a channel.
We do have a channel, and if you're whatever platform you're listening to us on, whether it be Spotify or Napster or Podbay or Apple, give us a like, a subscribe, and a 5-star rating. If you feel the need to give us a rating under 5 stars, fucking keep walking.
No, I say that's fine. Give it to us. Give it to me right in the culo.
You know what? I say you can fight me in the fucking streets.
Is that for the rating people or for me?
No, not you. I would never hurt you. You know that.
Not again.
No, Daddy loves you, and you know that.
Not after El Salvador.
Not after that trip to Puerto Rico.
For those of you who don't know, usually we record 2 of these in a row, and the second one, which this is, we have a couple of cocktails, so huzzah and kudos.
Yeah, I've nearly finished that bottle of Tullamore Dew against my doctor's wishes.
Again, what do they know? I mean, they have degrees. They study science.
Obviously, I'm doing fine based on my lab work and everything else they found. And consider me an anomaly.
Dude, that's the upside of doctrine. You're still alive, therefore they get to say, we're fine. We're fine.
I guess if I quit, will I die? I don't know. But
Ow.
Try and see. Try to quit. See, if you start feeling bad, we'll just tell you to start up again, I guess. I don't know. This is all an experiment. You are just a lab rat with a copay.
Eat nothing but ribeye steaks and guava for 15 years, and after that we'll be able to tell how that affected you. So, yikes. It's hard to tell for a whole
the French.
Champagne, Parmesan.
That has become, I wake up in the mornings with the alarm, and that's the noise I make now. Just an Orson Welles, no, French.
Is it because you're doing it now, or because you always did it before, and now you have something to blame it on?
Let's go with the blame part, because I'm pretty sure. It has, however, become a delightful catchphrase for the entire household. Wife and children alike, because I just kept showing them videos of Orson Welles being fucked up and trying to do commercial reads. And they are, much like myself, they're like, this is awful. You should not laugh at this, but oh my god, this is hilarious. And I'm like, yes, we're laughing at what killed him.
It's so sad. The younger generation, they're not allowed to laugh at stuff that's really, really funny when it hurts other people. It's okay, especially if he's dead. If the people are, it's okay. I promise you, you'll be fine.
French.
Champagne.
Parmesan, aged in the bottle, and oh boy.
That's a running joke. Meat catchers it is.
You know what? That Orson Welles was the first meat catcher, I think.
The first unofficial meat catcher. Can we, you know what? Do me a favor. Rosalie!
Carla, get in here.
We're gonna name a star after Orson Welles. It only costs like $68, and we're gonna do it. But we're only gonna name it after him. It's gonna call Orson Welles.
Yes. The French. It's my favorite. Like last night, just for the fuck of it, and Nicole's like, well, we finished the movie. And she's like, what do you want to do? And I had, for whatever reason, already had it keyed up. And I just hit play, and all she got was, nah. She goes, I'll pour you another drink then.
Lord almighty.
Hey, you know what? I want to give a quick thank you to the people of Columbus, Ohio.
All right. Let's do so.
You know why? Because...
No.
Well, yes, I sent you the stats from the other day.
I'm pretending like I don't know. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Columbus, Ohio is one of it is our number one listener. It's our number one market. Columbus, Ohio. And thank you, Columbus, Ohio. I didn't realize...
I mean, like internet, like national market. I mean.
Yeah, national market. But you know what? I do want to mention Columbus, Ohio. You're great. I've heard great things about you. There's some great breweries there. Columbus, if there's a bunch of you that ever want us to come over and do a live show, first contact us, but also let any local comedy club know that we'd love to do it. We'd come over and you guys would sell it out, or at least sell a good portion of it out, with COVID rules. But our second biggest market, Champaign, Springfield, Decatur. Because, I've been in Springfield for quite a while now, but Decatur for us will always hold a special place in our hearts, because once that smell gets in you, it never leaves.
I got typhoid twice there, and you know what? The second time was my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, well, when you get used to it, you know how to ride the wave.
Dude, I had so much fun. Dude, going to college there, come on. It was just...
Dude, yeah, going to college at Milliken...
College should be fun. College in Decatur was great. I keep saying hysterical, but it was phenomenal.
It was. Well, and because, come on, the cops in Decatur, for people like us, they'd be like, all right, calm it the fuck down, because there's real crime there. They didn't want to do the paperwork on stupid assholes like us. They were out to stop real crime.
Yeah, they did leave us alone, where in smaller markets they might have taken us to jail.
Yes, they definitely would have. My favorite is the night that I had to herd all the people that were under 21 into the speakeasy, while you answered the door as Hugh Hefner, and offered the cops a martini.
Okay, so let's take a little bit of a thing. This was like over 20 years ago. We were hosting a party in a college house that I was a resident in, that we rented. We had a speakeasy, and this was not of my doing, but friends of ours the years before had turned the attic into a dry bar with a dance floor and conceivably a feral bat. But still, there was just the one.
And a few couches that we'll refer to as the fuck tuffets.
Which they still would be if the whole place hadn't been torn down.
Yeah.
But the only way to get up to the attic was through this one doorway, but we had called the speakeasy because it was hidden behind a bookshelf, a literal bookshelf, where all the books were fake, and you had to open up one, and that's where you saw the actual door handle.
And that one book, Diary of Anne Frank.
I did not remember that.
Yes.
That's actually very true. That's so much more funny now that I have a brain in my head. But yeah, so it was Larry's job to take all of the freshmen up into the attic where everything was hidden, and you couldn't even figure out how to get up there. And it was my job to talk to the police, and I was trying to be cute. It worked.
And it did work. And my job was, if the cops found the speakeasy, was to attack a cop and get them to have to deal with me and just leave the whoever was upstairs alone. It was a bad plan.
All plans were bad.
We didn't have a good plan.
No.
But I do want to give a special shout out to the Champaign area, because they're part of the Champaign Springfield Decatur market, and the Tuttle brothers, who run the fantastic CU comedy up there.
Oh, cool.
And so, I have a feeling that it doesn't hurt that I've done multiple shows with them up there, and people have found out about us. So thank you, Jesse and Justin Tuttle.
I would love to know those people.
They are fantastic. Those two dudes are. They run, when you can run open mics. They run a great open mic at a place called Clark Bar, that's in an old house that's been converted to a bar, and Wednesday and Thursday nights they run one of the tightest open mics I've ever been a part of.
That is so my style of stuff. That's awesome.
And man, it is honestly, I say one of the tightest. It is the tightest. I don't know why I would give anyone else that much credit. It is the tightest open mic I have ever been to, and they make sure that they bring on, they're like, you know what, you better have material. You get 2 shots. If you come in with no material, you don't get to come here anymore.
Nice. Because
they want to make sure it's a good show, regardless of the fact that it's open mic. And they know that you're coming in with new material. You're trying
give
stuff
them 2. Out. There's nothing. Some people are going to be kind of loony about it, but yeah. No.
But they run, and then their Friday night show at Soma Ultra Lounge. They get the back room, which then right when they're done gets converted back into a dance club. But It is, they will, more often than not, sell out the room. And holy shit, it is just a fun and wonderful show to be on. Man, is it huge? No. Is it good? 100%. And
that is more important than huge, in my opinion. 1,000%.
Oh, for sure. It's like, I know I've talked on here about Mason City Limits. Mason City Limits, not a huge club, but it's one of the best clubs in the nation. And any comic that has performed there will tell you the same thing. And it's a playground for comedians. Because if you come in and you're like, I'm going to try some new stuff, that crowd will let you know if it's good or not. And that's what I love about it.
Because they're given raw eggs and a dildo cannon.
Yes.
And they will fire them directly at you. And I like that Mad Max kind of base bullshit. I like that.
I do too. At the end, if it's bad, they make you run the gauntlet, which is just 12-inch Great American Challenge dildos to the face as you run back and forth 4 or 5 times.
English style nettle bushes on your tits, slapped at you by Turkish men.
Yeah. And I appreciate that.
Which is traditional. It's traditional.
It is. And that, what are we if not traditional? Also, 3rd biggest market, thank you, Chicago.
Holy hell.
4th biggest market for us, thank you, Washington fucking D.C.
Did not see that coming.
And then our 5th biggest market, New York. So thanks, New York.
Also didn't see that coming. Can anybody from New York please hit us up at zigandlarryignore-a-topic@gmail.com? We would like to know how you found us.
And why you keep listening.
Well, yeah. Also, we would like to know how we can expand. If you like us, I would like to know if you have friends that would like us, because we kind of like doing this garbage. So,
yeah, this is fun for us.
Yeah.
And then after that, Phoenix.
Oh, I know why, because we have a lot of old Jews that love us.
Yeah, well, for sure. We knew that.
Yeah.
And then San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose.
Those are different places.
Well, San Francisco and Oakland are kind of mushed together.
Yeah.
And San Jose, but they consider that all one market.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, Peoria, Bloomington, Illinois. So it took us going all over the nation to get to Peoria, Bloomington.
Back where I grew up. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Apparently, Bloomington is basically Decatur, though. Like, that's pretty close.
Yeah, and then Boise.
I have one friend who lives in Boise, so that's his problem.
That's probably
my buddy Josh from the Dancing Pig. He moved to Boise.
Yeah. And I feel like you have to say it like Dr. Zoidberg. Boise.
That's a good Zoidberg.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Boise.
That's very good. I can do that.
Yeah, Zoidberg is big now.
That's very good.
Yeah, not all of my impressions are great, but the ones that are, I got you.
I'm not sure if my one friend has given us the entire city, but still.
We'll take it. And then after that, Quincy, Illinois, Hannibal, Missouri, Keokuk, Iowa. The tri-state area, which is where I'm from, in that area. And I hate the fact that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Our 10th biggest market is where I'm from, and so thanks, but also fuck you a little, get some more people listening. But however, at the same
There's
time...
only like 12 people there.
Well, and only 8 are listening, so get the last of them on there. No, I don't know how many... It's pretty, but yeah, that's our 10th biggest market. So I just wanted to give a big shout out, a big thanks, and also say, what the fuck to Columbus, Chicago, Washington, D.C., New York, Phoenix, and San Francisco. How did you find us? And why are you hanging on? I want to talk more with you people. Because we're fun. We're, as Pete Holmes would say, we're silly, silly fun boys. We know what's up.
He looks... You can't see him. He looks so desperate right now.
This is how I always look. But
why
now
are you off me a basket full of cookies? That's weird.
But now I've mixed whiskey with it.
You mix whiskey with a basket full of cookies?
I've eaten 6 pieces of bacon and 2 cinnamon rolls all day, and then just filled the vacant hole with whiskey and root beer moonshine.
Please, tell us about that. I don't believe we got there last time.
The root beer moonshine, I can't give too many details because it's not exactly legal.
Well, not where it came from, but do you know how it's made?
Well...
I don't care who gave it to you.
That's the other thing.
I do care. Off mic, I want to know where you got it.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Because I'll try to get you some too.
Please.
But... It is just straight up moonshine that is made places, and then they add some secret herbs and spices, not unlike the Recipe for Seduction, and it pours like syrup. You keep it in the freezer. It doesn't freeze at all. It just gets real cold. And it tastes just like root beer. And holy shit, is it good.
Nice.
And it comes in a big bell jar. Not like the little ones. One of the massive bell jars. Because that's how you know it's legit. Because it comes in a bell jar. And, ooh boy. Boy howdy. And, Lord willing and the creek don't rise. It's some good shit.
Lord willing and the creek don't rise.
Yeah.
That is the most country thing I've ever heard.
Oh, you've never heard that before? Hey, y'all gonna make it on Saturday? Well, Lord willing and the creek don't rise. We'll be there.
Does that... Yes, I've heard it before. Does that basically mean hopefully?
Mm-hmm. Essentially, we'll be there as long as nothing drastic happens.
That seems like a really long way around the word hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, hopefully.
Yeah, no, what it means is, not hopefully, because you give somebody a hopefully, they know that's meh. But, you know, so you're like, hey, you making it to Billy Bob and Geraldine's wedding? Well, Lord willing, the creek don't rise, I won't miss that. Well, that means it's going to take an act of God, or the fact that you've been flooded in and can't get past the creek running about your house.
Right. So help me out, because that either means yes, or if I'm not there, it's because I broke my knee, it's because Grandpappy died in the well, it's because there was a circus accident, and my nephew has lost a shoulder.
Yeah, that's it. That's
okay.
It's,
but are you allowed to? Yes, but are you allowed to utilize Lord willing and the creek don't rise to mean like, I ended up having to go to work?
No, because for folk like that, if it was well, I had to go to work. Well, you know, we all got to make a living, and trust me, I've heard that my entire life. Well, I was going to be there, but I had to go into work. Well, we all got to make a living.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But you can't say Lord willing and the creek don't rise if going to work is going to be an option. Correct?
Well, you can, but if, like, for instance, there's an emergency with your job, then, well, you know.
So it just means, hopefully, unless I can come up with an excuse.
No. Lord willing, hopefully, you know, as long as I can't come up with an excuse, that's more along the lines of let me try to think of the appropriate term that we would use. Us hilljacks with our...
When you look at a stupid person, say, bless your heart. Is that cute?
Oh, bless your heart means fuck you. You know that, right?
It means you're too stupid to know how any different. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, bless their heart means they can get fucked, is what that means, but it's a polite way of doing it. You know, like, if it's I'm going to look for an excuse, it's well, we're going to do our best. And that's it.
There could be an easy amount of fuck you on that.
There is. All right, champ. I got me a refill on my root beer moonshine.
Doing shots of such? Good for you.
We're gonna sip on it though, because I want to savor it. All right, hey, you got a topic for us today?
Almost. What I have is a challenge.
A challenge?
A challenge, my friend. I'm saying it weird because I've been drinking. So, what I thought might be cool is a really bad idea.
I love bad ideas.
I've pulled a big old list of random facts. They are not interesting facts by any means, but they are true. So I thought I might throw some out and see if we can make them funny.
Well, we have been drinking.
They are utterly true, and on the face of them, there is no comedy. So, let's start with there's different. Would you like to start with science or history? There's a couple more, but we'll start with either one of those two, or art and literature.
So pretty much we're just playing Trivial Pursuit for drunks.
Yeah. So it's a grab bag. So art and literature, history, or science. I'm going to throw out a general fact, and we'll see if we can make it worth listening to. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's start with history.
History it is. Very good. Let's go down here. So this is very recent history. History can happen all the time, my friend. It can happen even 30 years ago.
Yes.
Great Britain briefly had a cones hotline in 1990.
I'm sorry, a what?
Cones. C-O-N-E-S. A cones hotline. Oh, I'll tell you if you're not sure what that means.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
It was a special number citizens could call if they saw traffic cones on the road for no reason.
This is what happens when you outlaw guns. You don't have real crime. We would never have a cones hotline in America unless that cone had an AR-15.
Guess how long it stuck around for?
2 months.
3 years.
Oh my! Shut the fuck up.
It was disbanded after 3 years because they had basically nobody call it. I don't know if they actually ever did any manner of ad campaign on BBC Two or anything. It's like, if you see a cone, call this number. Oh my God, there's a cone for no reason. It's so weird. If you see a cone in the middle of your street, you pick it up and you throw it in the yard or the garden. You throw it in the garden. But you throw it in the 3 years. But after 3 years, they realized, you know what? Nobody's calling it for random cones that we've forgotten to pick up.
Hello, I'm Anthony Stewart Head for Random Cones in the Road. Have you seen a random cone? Perhaps you should call this number. Or just take it out of the road yourself and put it in your house for the fuck of it. No one cares. Fuck. Fuckity fuck, we're wasting money. What? Was there just one poor lonely guy on the other end? Nigel, this is the cones hotline. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, the cones ain't supposed to be out there right now. Okay. Yeah, I'll dinner myself out there in a minute to pick him up.
I'll make a note of it, probably. Maybe not.
I'll just pop off and higgledy-piggledy, Bob's your uncle, and we'll have that lane open in a minute.
Right, it's not a problem. We're not supposed to actually pick up a cones when you call us. That's fine, though. But you just want to tell us that there's cone. This is basically just you bitching us hotline.
I'm sorry. No, what is that? Pigeons? Yeah, there's a different hotline for pigeons. Sorry about that. I can patch you through to the pigeons hotline, or you can just shoot them yourself. Right. Oh, right. Okay, you can throw knives at them yourself.
I believe it was just possibly even an answering service. You just leave a message. Yeah, there's a plastic cone. It's out front of my house. Can you pick it up? This is Theodore. I guess that's it. What do you do?
Oh, fuck that. I mean, come on. You've lived in Chicago for 20 years. If there's a plastic cone in your way, you just go throw it in the neighbor's alley.
Yeah, when I was in my early 20s, I would steal it and do something cute with it.
Yeah.
Now that I'm in 40s, it's just a nuisance. I'm like, I don't know. This guy across the street, he called my dog a fucker. This goes in his yard. This is his problem. There's a whole lot of it's very similar to when you find an umbrella, that's your boon. When you find a cone, it's somebody else's problem. You just throw that at somebody else.
Yeah, that goes on somebody's roof at that point.
Okay, so here's another one. This is a fact. Actually, this is a little cute, but I love this one very much. Dean Kamen is the inventor of the Segway. The Segway scooter.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Guy's name is Dean Kamen. He owns an island off the coast of Connecticut called North Dumpling Island. The island has its own constitution, flag, currency, and even navy, although the navy is made up of just one boat. It's a very small boat, by the way.
It's just a rowboat.
Yeah, it's not that much bigger. It also has a replica of Stonehenge. Kamen refers to himself as Lord Dumpling, though the island is not technically recognized as separate from the U.S. So what you're going to take from that is...
I call myself Lord Dumpling in the bedroom.
Why is that, sir?
You know why.
No. But the listeners in Quincy quantify it.
I'm not going to spoon feed them punchlines. They can write it themselves.
The man who invented the Segway is calling himself Lord Dumpling, and he lives on a small island off the coast of Connecticut.
All of this makes sense.
How?
Look, if you invented the Segway, if you called yourself anything but Lord Dumpling, it would be somehow disingenuous.
Alright, let's move on. The top speed...
Wait, who is the head of the Navy? Is there like somebody's... Or is it also like he calls himself Captain Dumpling when he jumps in his stroller?
Oh, here's the thing. I'm telling you everything I know about all of these things. I'm reading off a paragraph, and I've done no other possible delving into this. There's no research after this.
Okay, please continue.
The top speed of the first American car race was in 1989. 1895. Pardon me.
Yeah, I was gonna like in 1989.
Car race, 1895, and it was 7 miles an hour.
Shut your fucking cunt. What?
In 1895, top speed American car race, 7 miles an hour.
Did it just have two dudes pushing on the cars? What is?
I don't know, because when I was a goddamn Cub Scout, I never made the Boy Scout, but I was a Cub Scout. We did the fucking Pinewood Derby, and I guarantee you, shit like that was going faster than 7.
Yeah. Hey, you know Gideon won the Pinewood Derby one year.
Really?
Yeah, dude. He and we built a kick-ass little car, like, and you could tell like there were kids that had they had like grandparents that had like the saws that you could type in the measurements and it would cut it precisely. And he and I just went at it with a hacksaw and a Dremel tool and a couple of dreams. And this shitting kid, it was all him. He was like, I think we need to do this here, and it was his design. And I would just get stuff started, but then I'd let him finish it out. And he won. And there were because it wasn't like he won by like a slight margin. He was winning by like feet, right? Like he would win by like 2-3 feet on every race. And every time we finished, the dads are coming up to me and they're like, "What'd you do? What'd you do?" And I was like, "I let the boy build the car." They're like, "No, you had to do doing something, because this, that, we did this and this." And I was like, no, I would start the cuts so he wouldn't hurt his hands. But then I showed him how to do it. And then I let him build the car, because that's what you're supposed to do. And they're like, "Okay, but what did you do?" I did the cuts and then let him... I don't understand your question. I understand that your car looks like a masterpiece of engineering. And mine looks like an 8-year-old fucking built the car. And it's not my car, it's his car, because that's the whole point. The boys are supposed to do it. So I don't understand your question. They're like, "All right." They were like, every one of them turned into like Frodo Baggins. They're like, "All right, keep your secrets." And I'm like, I'm not Gandalf in this shit. He drew it out. He told me what he wanted. And then as we got into it, I would make adjustments and then be like, "All right, well, but here's some sandpaper and a Dremel tool. And here's how you do X, Y." I just taught him how to make the stuff.
Listen, Calvin, we greased it with magic, so go fuck yourself.
Right.
I'm glad you're a VP of go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that was also when I was Gideon's Cub Scout leader. I was the den master for his little group, and did that. They asked me to do it, and I was like, "You understand, I am not the guy for this." Right? I was like, "I'm not gonna be cool about this." And they're like, No, we really like guys like you who, can teach the boys some stuff." And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna teach them some things."
You mean men.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yes. Alright. The first written instance of OMG that we know of was in a letter to Winston Churchill in 1917.
Okay, stop that right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Is there any context to that at all? Was it?
No, it could be wrong. It could be wrong. I'm looking at posts from Success.com.
Success.com! Welcome to Success.com, where we do as much research as Zig and Larry.
But they have 79 different facts, and that's one of them.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's one that... okay. There's music made especially for cats. Apparently, cats develop their musical tastes soon after they're born, so cat music includes not only traditional, human-made instruments, but also feeding noises, bird chirps, and purring noises.
Just the sound of a mouse being strangled slowly?
I'm guessing if you put that over a sawing of a small log and a man jerking off onto it, a cat would be like, I'm okay with this.
I mean, if cats are just... Look, we understand what the term caterwauling comes from what cats are attracted to, so I'm just guessing that here comes the easy joke, and I don't even like saying it out loud. They all love Taylor Swift? See? Yeah. I wasn't happy with that. I didn't like saying it out loud. But I couldn't come up with anybody else.
I don't know how to fix that.
There's no I may just cut it.
The problem is, I thought this was going to be funny. Hold on. This whole list, I haven't looked at, so I have no jokes to like load up to them. I'm just like, I say them to you, I'm like, just deal with this.
You're just, and I'm doing my best. I'm doing my goddamn best. It's like what I said to Nicole on our wedding night when she said, "What are you doing down there?" My best. I don't know.
On your wedding night, please.
Yeah, I know.
You were upsetting that woman sexually for years before you actually married her.
And yet somehow she agreed to it. I think it's because I can fix things and pick up heavy shit.
Nobody's perfect. I still keep eating ice cream and wondering why I shit fire the next day. Nobody's perfect. Pablo Picasso carried a revolver loaded with blanks, which he would fire at whoever asked him what his work meant.
I did know that one. Pablo Picasso was a real asshole, but that I can get behind. I'm going to start doing that at every comedy show. Every time somebody doesn't laugh, just start firing off blanks.
I knew that about him. Like, he did that. He also used to, like, pay for... Because he was not...
He paid for sex, yes.
But no, he paid for things with checks. Because actual physical checks were things in his lifetime. He wasn't, like, that long ago. But he would do, like he's, like, pay for dinner, right? So he would, like, $50. Pablo Picasso. But on the back, he would do a doodle. Just like a little drawing. And here you go. You can cash this, or you can keep a check from original Pablo Picasso. And nobody ever cashed the checks for dinner, or for fucking drugs, or for, like, anything, like groceries. So now there's all these checks with this little thing. It was brilliant. I love this guy.
Yeah, he was the kind of asshole that we would have enjoyed until a point where we went, oh, this guy's a real asshole.
Yeah.
This isn't just an asshole agent of chaos, let's see what we can do to fuck the system. This is an asshole who hurts the people that he loves. And, hoo boy.
Do you know more about him than I do?
Well, I did take 8 years of art history.
Oh, God. Are you okay?
No.
I didn't know.
Yeah, you
8
knew.
years?
Yeah.
I didn't know 8 years.
Yeah, well, 4 years through high school of art history, and then college. Because you know me, I'm an artsy little fella.
Yeah, well, so am I, but I pepper it in with total apathy.
Well, I thought it would just be an easy class to pass.
Fair.
Turns out it is.
Cornell University scientists have created a functioning guitar the size of a human blood cell.
So if we want Ted Cruz's penis to be able to play guitar, we had to have something to scale.
Oh. Okay. All right.
You'll allow it? Will you allow that one?
That's actually true, though.
That Ted Cruz has a tiny penis? Ted Penis has a tiny Cruz?
But what's worse is that I can smell it from here. It's so small, but the pungentness is so...
Yeah. It has an earthiness to it, but an unnatural earthiness.
Like Gandalf. Just like, pa-pa-pa.
Like Gandalf, but older.
Dude, they made a small guitar. They made a small guitar, like a nano guitar.
Yeah, but people at the mall were writing your name on a grain of rice for years. I'm not that impressed.
I don't believe that you're fucking discounting this. It's a goddamn guitar that's the size of a goddamn a cell. That's nothing. You don't care.
I mean,
All right.
To what end? For what purpose? Just 'cause?
God, this is like me trying to explain Lord of the Rings to my wife.
This is like, no, this is my revenge for all the times that I've talked about ghosts and ghouls and aliens, and you're like, meh.
They made a guitar. It is a nano guitar. It's this big. You see this big?
Yeah.
It's smaller than that. Yeah.
It's cool. I mean, it's cool. Technology is great, but for what purpose? Just 'cause? Or are they gonna make like a little tiny ship like Inner Space so that people can go inside of somebody else's body?
Maybe.
Because
Sure.
that's rad.
Let's say yes. Does that make you feel better?
It does.
Because mine is based out of science, and yours is based out of tiddly.
And that describes our show.
Goddamn bastard.
I know who my daddy is. He doesn't like me, but I know him.
Hold on. Vamp.
Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da da. No, I think it's very cool that we could do that. I just don't understand the purpose. That's my only problem.
Because it's going to be it's towards nanomachines.
Okay, that's cool then. And that's what I was kind of getting at with the whole inner space tiny ship thing. Is if it's for nano purposes. Because would you ever let nanobots be injected into your body? Because I would.
Yes, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done. Like, just, can you fix me?
Done.
Put it right in the anus because I have a prolapse. Just put it in there. And then,
what?
Well, I don't know. It's piles. It's the same thing. It's just like a.
I don't think that's the same thing. Prolapsing anus is like a windsock. Piles is different.
Well, whatever I have done artist rendering.
It just looks like an aardvark blowing its nose.
Psychology.
Hit me.
American 18 to 34-year-olds spend 25.7 hours on Facebook, 7 hours on Instagram, 5.9 hours on Snapchat, 5.7 hours on Tumblr, and 3.8 hours on Twitter each month. This was 1 year ago.
So we all hate ourselves? I can only assume that's the... Is that the only conclusion?
No, it's just a fact.
Well, I didn't know. I'm doing my best here with with that knowledge. I mean, yeah, we all, not you, but a lot of us spend too much time on social media. And that's where you get the whole compare and despair shit. You know, there's stuff sometimes I see on Facebook that I'm like, or whatever social media platform, and I'm like, why them and not me? And you know, you have to keep in mind, compare and despair. If you compare, you're going to feel shitty. So you're just, it's not a competition with anybody else, except sometimes it is. And that's why our family motto is, whatever you do, do it out of spite. But other than that, you know, you just got to compare to yourself and try to outdo yourself. You can't try to outdo other people.
I hope everybody
popped wood the same way I did when I was talking about that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, just delete all that bullshit. Social media should be utilized for comedy, for self-improvement-ish a little bit. It should not be the entirety of your universe. If you can do something with it that makes you feel good about yourself on a small level, great. But it's kind of poison.
It is poison. And the only reason I still have it is to promote shows and our show and whatnot. You know.
Yeah, but I guess you have to at some point. But just take what you want out of the universe and please throw away the rest. If it doesn't make you feel good, what is that? The woman who
Marie Kondo.
Yes, Kondo. Do that with social media.
Yeah. Does it
if
spark
it brings
joy?
Exactly. If it sparks joy, awesome. Hang on to it. If it doesn't, throw it the goddamn away, including this show. If this show does not spark joy, throw it the goddamn away.
Well, like, I am not a big fan of Facebook, but I love Twitter. I love Twitter.
Sure.
Twitter, I have made some really good friends on Twitter. Some really close people that we just started being friends on the internet. Now we've become legit friends. And I have a community on Twitter that I've built that is I am comfortable with. I know I can post anything I want. To the point that there's times where I posted some dark jokes on Twitter and had people reach out to me and be like, hey man, are you okay? And I can post the same dark joke on Facebook and get some of the shittiest responses from some of the people that consider themselves good people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And be like, oh, this is... So yeah, I mean, sometimes social media can be a real good thing. Sometimes, like, you need a little boost and you're like, oh, I'm feeling low. And you can get some really... Like, just the other day, I was having a low moment. My buddy Al on Twitter was just like, hey, this is a appreciation tweet for my buddy Larry. And I was like, son of a bitch, thank you, man. I needed that today. But that doesn't happen. That shit doesn't happen on Facebook. Which, again, you know, I have Facebook, sorry if anybody listens to it, mostly so I can promote shows. Because that's a good way to do it. But, you know, yeah, it's that shit's, it's poison. You're right, it is poison. And not the Belle Biv DeVoe type of poison.
That girl is...
Poison.
Poison.
Poison. Yeah. Which I used to think they were saying poison, and I was real excited for syrup.
When are you not excited for syrup?
I'm always excited for syrup. Always excited for syrup. I'm drunk. Hey, all right.
Where are we at, pal?
We got time for a few more facts.
Phenomenal. Hold on. Okay, so this for me, 56% of internet users have Googled themselves.
That makes sense. I know occasionally I will. Now it's for professional reasons, but I'll Google myself just to see where like Larry Smith comedian or Larry Smith comedy will come up on Google. You know what I mean? Just to see how I'm doing professionally. Occasionally I Google myself for funsies. And my grandma always said, you'll go blind if you Google yourself too much.
Grandma did not know what Google was.
No, I don't know what to say. Yeah, no, both my grandmas died before Google really became... Anyway. Dead grandma jokes. We got dead grandma jokes.
Do we? Give me one.
Look, I will say, I am all out of grandmas. Both my grandmas kicked, my great grandmas, even Nicole's grandma, who had adopted me, obviously because we were married, me and her. But you know, she and I became close. I'm all out of grandmas. So if there's any grandmas out there who listen to this show that are rad, you got to be a rad grandma. And then you know what? I'm all up for being adopted. Or you know what? If you want to pass this on to Betty White, I would totally be Betty White's grandson. Or
she's got almost no time left.
Helen Mirren. I would love to be Helen Mirren's grandson.
But
more like a step grandson. So it doesn't count. I got
different feelings for Helen Mirren.
Yeah, me too. God damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that woman is whoo. I don't care how old she gets. That woman just... There's something... Cause, I mean, did you see Caligula? Mm-hmm. That's where it starts.
And Sophia Loren. I've got an issue with those two women.
Sophia Loren, even now. Like,
yeah.
she did an independent movie recently where they uglied her up, and she's still Sophia Loren.
You know you're going to have to, when you go in there, if they allow you, you're going to have to pick some stuff up. And it's going to involve your back and your legs and both hands. You're going to have to do it. But if it's for the story, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's the thing. I'm pretty sure that Helen Mirren she just still floats. She's never had kids on purpose. That woman is anti-gravitational.
Mm-hmm. Here's a sentence for you, and I cannot help you out. A Peruvian bulldog named Otto holds the world's record for skateboarding through the longest human tunnel. We went from fucking Helen Mirren to that.
Hold on. Human tunnel. That's what I call my butthole.
Mm-hmm.
So a bulldog skateboarded through a butthole?
A Peruvian bulldog named Otto holds the world's record for skateboarding through the longest human tunnel.
Is that like a human centipede situation?
I have no other information.
So let's pretend that this rad bulldog, I saw. You know what? Sometimes social media isn't the desperate hellscape that we think it is, because I did watch a French bulldog skateboard the fuck out of like just this little bastard shredded, and
okay.
he would jump off and like when he jumped off, he would kick it forward, run next to it, jump back on. He could steer the goddamn thing around like grates and stuff. It was awesome. I could not have been more pleased, and I never wanted a French bulldog more than I wanted one at that moment.
And that's saying something.
Yeah, it really is, because I like my big dogs. I like mutts. Mostly, give me a mutt. Just a good old big floppy-eared mutt with, but I look at a French bulldog and I'm like, you'd wear a goddamn Hawaiian shirt and love it, wouldn't you? You little prick. Yeah, we're gonna drink beer together.
That would be the prick who wear doggles.
Yes! He'd wear doggles and a little leather cap and be just fine with it.
A single elephant tooth can weigh up to 9 pounds.
Well, that depends on which butthole you put it in.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
The shape of the tooth is not...
Is dependent upon the love of your man.
A frosted flake in the shape of Illinois sold on eBay for $1,350.
This makes me want to choke slam a bitch through a folding table.
How much would you pay for a frosted flake in the shape of Illinois?
I would look and go, hey, look, honey, this frosted flake looks like Illinois, and then I would probably feed it to my dog. I'm missing out on money opportunities, Ziegler.
What would you say, in your experience, according to the Center for Retail Research, is the most shoplifted food in the world?
I'm going to assume it's a turnip and in the butt.
No, not how you get them out of bed.
Oh.
Although it's interesting that you went exactly for how am I going to get this bitch out of the Kroger? And what shape can I do? What's colon shaped? Shove it up there. I'm gonna waddle this bitch out into freedom. No.
The most shoplifted food?
Mm-hmm.
Apples.
No, cheese. See how fucking dumb this list is? It's so fucking banal. It's cheese. Hey,
Cheese.
the most shoplifted food is cheese. Make that funny. Go.
Why is this all on me?
Because this is my game.
Here's the thing. When you say what would you say? It just, all I started saying in my head is this Billy Vera and the Beaters.
Yes.
What would you say if I in this moment? You're familiar with that, right?
Ooh, in this moment, with tears in your eyes. Yeah, let's not do that at all.
No? I used to love that song when I was a kid. Billy Vera and the Beaters. The Beaters.
Well, sometimes they don't listen. Good night, everybody. Yeah.
And what have we learned today, Zig?
Oh!
No. Give me one more fact. I want one more.
Due to a genetic defect, cat can't taste sweet things.
That seems like a blessing.
Can you say that? Due to a genetic defect, cats can't taste sweet things.
You know what? I could have probably said it 4 shots of moonshine ago.
Yeah, it makes sense though. They can only taste savory, therefore they can only taste the sweet, sweet deliciousness of blood, and they're going to come after you.
Yeah.
Cats suck out loud.
Yeah, cats, it's been proven that if cats were bigger, like domestic house cats, if they were bigger, they would eat you.
Oh yeah, they'll kill you quicker than shit.
You know what? We got time for one more fact.
Oh God, I just put it down. Damn it.
Well, get your dick out of the fish tank.
It's time for supper. The microwave was invented by an accident when engineer Percy Spencer walked by a radar set and the candy bar in his pocket melted. The first food cooked by a microwave for purpose was popcorn. I don't understand this goddamn paragraph.
So he walked past a radar and the candy bar in his pocket melted. I guarantee you what it was is that he blamed shitting his pants on a melted candy bar.
Hold on, let's do this. Nestle has sold over 200 flavors of Kit Kat bars in Japan, including soy sauce, creme brulee, green tea, and banana.
I would try the creme brulee.
I tried the banana and also the green tea because I like the mochi, but would you like a soy sauce Kit Kat, sir?
No, not orally.
What? But you would like it otherly.
Sure. Learn things about your bodies. That's your takeaway from this episode. Learn something about your body.
What did you learn, Larry?
I learned that 5 or I think it was actually 6 shots of Moonshine is probably a couple too many. But I'm going to enjoy this. I also learned that that human tunnels are buttholes, and that that Winston Churchill was a basic bitch. What'd you learn, pal?
I learned that I should not sit on my own thumb this much because I have issues.
Okay, all right.
I learned that it's kind of fun to play random facts with you, but it's not as fun as I thought.
Well, I did my best, god damn it.
No, it's not on you. It's just... I also learned that no matter what, I always love you, baby.
I love you back.
Creepy time.
That was a little creepy.
Yeah. Good night, kids.
Thanks for listening.
Hey, Larry, I love you.
I love you back.
The best part's about hanging out with these guys. God damn it, son of a bitch, motherfuck.